Welcome to Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm Kaitlyn Doolittle. Today we'll be taking a tour of Kitty Rhoades Memorial Care Center and their Dementia Crisis Stabilization Unit. To learn more all about it, today I'll be joined with Sandy Hackenmueller and Shar Lopez. Thank you both for being here today. I really appreciate it. For starters, can you just tell me your background and how long you've been working here with the county?
My name is Sandy Hackenmueller, and I'm the administrator of the St. Croix Healthcare Campus, and I've been here for 11 years. I'm a nurse and a nursing home administrator.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
And I'm Shar Lopez. I am the Health and Human Services Deputy Director and also the Behavioral Health Administrator. I've been with the county for about 4.5 years, and my background is in mental health.
Alrighty, awesome. Yeah, and to talk about the namesake, Kitty Rhoades, can you just tell me about the history of this space and tell me more about who Kitty Rhoades was?
Kitty Rhoades was initially a representative and then became the Department of Health Administrator, and very, very passionate about dementia care and very, very instrumental in making dementia redesign in the state of Wisconsin. So music and memory and the cafes, the memory cafes, and helping teach grocery stores and other stores how to work with people with dementia. And so we felt Kitty lived in Hudson, and I met with her several times and talked about this design and what we were doing, and she was very excited about it. So we named it after her.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so amazing. And do you have any personal memories or anything add about the history about Kitty Rhoades?
Well, when we were looking at the grant, so we were having the opportunity to look at the grant, and it just fell into place. And it was monies that were really going to support her passion. And it just seemed to be such a great fit and almost serendipitous, that it came about for us as we were looking to open the unit.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you said that there was a need for a reopen. Can you tell me about why that closed? And you touched on the grant and the need to reopen, but what you guys are talk about what you're currently addressing within St. Clair County.
In 2020, we received the Home and Community-Based Waiver, which was a new regulation with the state of Wisconsin and the federal government. And Kitty Rhoades and Orchard View Terrace, our two assisted livings, were the first two in the state of Wisconsin to be approved. That happened at the end of January. And during that time, we were running Kitty Rhoades as a memory care unit. So we moved our residents from here to our Orchard View Terrace unit to the second floor, which is our memory care unit now. And we were going to start ramping our staffing up and open our Dementia Crisis Unit. And as everybody knows, in March, a special thing called COVID happened. And it's was really not feasible to bring residents in crisis and masks and those kinds of things. So we kind of stopped because of the COVID.
Yeah, so then now you're able to kick back up and continue that work.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. How does that feel to kind of return to that work?
Exciting. Exciting.
And the need is there. So one of the areas that I work in is the adult protection, and our numbers have skyrocketed in the last 4 years, nearly doubled. And so one of the things, also the aging population in general has, is increasing with our baby boomers becoming of an age that perhaps memory care is necessary. We don't have anything in northwestern Wisconsin other than places like Orchard View that aren't necessarily designed to deal with dementia crisis. And our closest facility is in southern Wisconsin, the only other dementia care unit that currently is up and running. So we felt very passionate about jumping on the grant opportunity to open this facility, selfishly because we need it for our county, but we need it for northern Wisconsin. So not only are we really focusing on St. Croix County, but we're really looking at our neighbors as well, knowing that we don't have the resources to provide to the residents that really, really need it the most.
Yeah, absolutely. And this current space is able to assist 10 individuals at a time, is that correct?
Yes.
And that's just need for the space. Can you kind of elaborate more about that?
It's a short-term stay, about 28 days, and then we will work intensely with the resident, psych services, and their partner, their care team, to find out what's causing the crisis, and develop interventions to prevent it and solve it, then provide teaching to the family and to the caregivers, and discharge them to their previous location or their home or wherever they were staying.
So we're really looking to plan discharge planning and intake. And then when they leave, they have not just that we had dialogue about it, but they will have a book. And the book will have their history, but also currently where they're at, what interventions work, what triggers are there, what's important in their life, what are the memories that really are meaningful to them. So we can pass that along to the next caregiver. And that can be a book that is utilized through that dementia process.
Right. Yeah. So you're building that longevity. And giving like those loved ones the resources they need. Because at times people, I'm sure you're aware, can like feel and very closely understand, like people can feel lost or like overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
So addressing that need. Yeah, that's awesome.
And that ability also to give support to the family or the caregiver, but also give education to the caregiver too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, do you want to give me a grand tour? I really appreciate it. Cool.
So the unit is designed with 10 rooms, but the one thing about the unit and the specific design is that wherever you are, you can see the whole unit. And that was done on purpose, so that no matter where a caregiver is, or you can see where all the residents are. So these are some of our diversional activities that we use with dementia. That cow, I believe, is weighted. So the kitty is automated, so it meows and it rolls over, and the dog also wags its tail and barks, but we turn them off. And textures are very important. So working with them, some people really, really like this type of diversional activity, and brings them back to when they had an animal.
And additionally, if they were worked with their hands, or they were, that was something that is very calming to them. We have some of the activity. There's like a book, there's a board, there's things that you can snap and zip and really help to bring them back to a time where it was very calming for them.
And then we felt it very important because outside is very important. This is not an exit. It goes out to a patio area that has a design fence that you can't put your foot in and step over, so that they could come and go in and out. And we can see them from the office area and from here, so that they're able to enjoy the outside. So one of the things that is a little unique is we put in a nurse server, we call it, and that's so that we can put supplies in here, like towels and other things for them during the night when they're sleeping, so that we're not disturbing their rest, because sleep is very important. The room is designed with a larger than twin size bed on purpose. The bed goes up and down, and it also goes back. All the furniture is built in, and that is on purpose too, so that it's not, you can't move it around. And we have a clock to make sure that they can see what time it is. And we put up the bulletin board so that they could have some personal items or pictures. We put in barn doors because it decreases the space that's taken for a door to go into the bathroom. Each room has their own bathroom, and it has a European shower, so that they're able to shower here. We put in commodes so they can sit, shower chairs. And we also created, or I put these bars in, so if they needed help up, we can get to them. the staff can get to them. Now, this was designed by several of our residents when we were actually building the facility. We had a mock room. And they went in and said, you should do this and this and this, and drew on the sheetrock. It was wonderful.
Yeah. You're directly from the source. So
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and so when people are initially like admitted, what can they expect their diets to be like, or what is made available to them once they're admitted in this unit?
We actually have our main kitchen provides us the main meals, but we have everything that we can use, like a bread maker, the induction oven we can cook on, and the oven and the stove. We can make cookies. We can make. We have a air fryer, a blender, and the smells are so comforting to our residents and the dementia people when they smell the baking bread, because that's what they grew up with, a lot of them. So. We're excited to have all those things available to us. And they can go into the kitchen. We don't lock them out. And they can help themselves to things in the refrigerator. And the stove is locked out for safety. And we purposely put in a special hood. It's called a Delner hood, so that it has fire suppression in it, so we can fry things. Otherwise, you really can't. So it's a fire thing. And around here creates a round path for them to wander, so that they're able to go around in a circle, which makes for a good activity as well as exercise. So sometimes a resident needs a calming space. So we created what's called a quiet room, and it has some snoozing. These are from
Light therapy.
It's actually from a company. It was developed in Norway, and it's very calming. And you can actually change the color on the square one. Actually, the other one turns color too. And when we turn the lights off in here, it's has an ambience of calming.
And a hum.
Yep.
The tactile, if you feel it, it kind of vibrates. It's actually used for a lot of different, they use it for
Autism.
with kids, autism, ADHD, and it's evidence-based to be able to assist in calming also in those with dementia.
So what we would do is close the door and have a staff member be with the resident in here. Just quiet, calming space. And sometimes that's all they need. And then the staff can stay here with them. And then we received on the grant a state-of-the-art communication system, so that they can pick up their phone. It's on a phone, and they can push to talk if they need help. So that's a fantastic safety issue that we have built in the grant to help us take care of that. So.
And are families able to visit in this space? Okay.
Anytime.
Yeah. And when somebody is like initially admitted into this space, like what can they expect, and what can their loved ones like be prepared for? Or do you give like advice like immediately for that day one experience?
Bring clothing because we like them to get dressed just like at home, and understand maybe the first couple of days coming in and out might be hard for them. To get adjusted to the staff is very important. Don't worry, you can call whenever you want to check on your loved one or talk to them. And we'll be giving you like a fob to get in and out, so we're not ringing bells.
This from your previous space to this space, how do like the two compare? Is there one that you're for this space, anything like you're really excited about or looking forward to at all?
Our team is very excited about it, and we actually provided them with a significant dementia programming. It's a 40-hour course that they're all required to take to work in here. And so they're very, very excited to be able to start that journey. We have one person that was here at the beginning, and she went and worked in the memory care, and she's so excited to be back.
In addition to the training for the staff, we were able to, with the grant, provide training for all of the crisis staff, on the adult protection staff, and also the corporation counsel, so the attorney. And so everybody is going to speak the same language, is going to have the same approach with the client, with the residents. And so it was something that really is invaluable in that continuum of care for the residents.
And we can offer that training to our families too.
Yeah.
There's a family module in it.
Okay, yeah. So everyone's on the same page. Perfect. Yeah. And in regards to staffing, when it comes to attracting and retaining staff, like how is St. Croix County going about it, like within this space? Is there anything that you can kind of talk about in regards to that?
They've done several things. We did bonuses, we did a competitive salary and aggressive marketing. It's been great. We had several people sign on from our current nursing staff to work in the unit, which was a blessing because they already know what the unit's about and the facility, so we don't need to teach them what our facility is like. The other thing is we require them to be nursing assistants, certified nursing assistants with a higher level of care. And the staffing pattern here is going to be very high. It's one nursing assistant to 2 residents. So that's very high, so which is important.
And all of those bonuses were all allotted through that grant. We were able to actually give internal staff higher incentives than external, like hiring external.
Yep.
So it was, and extra money for overtime and differential for their pay if they're working a different shift or a different area to come over here to work. So with this money, we were able to really enhance that recruitment. And as you know, CNAs are they're really hard to find, and to find really good ones is really hard. And so we feel very fortunate that we've been able to retain the ones that we have to work in this. This is a really hard population to work with, and it's not for everyone. So finding the right people is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. So caring for your residents and for their loved ones and for your staff as well. That's seems like it was a bigger priority. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you would like to go into, or like any closing remarks regarding the space and its opening, reopening, I should say, or anything you'd like to highlight?
Well, just that we're ready to take residents as of Tuesday the 18th of February.
Yes, we're very excited about that.
Okay,
yeah. It's been busy, but it's a wonderful busy. So.
That's awesome. Ready to get the ball rolling.
And thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, well, thank you for the tour. I really appreciate it. Yeah, well, that's awesome. Well, I'm Kaitlyn Doolittle, and this has been Western Wisconsin Journal.